In this video, we're going to go over the dashboards, and there are two dashboards in CiviCRM. And the first one you see here is at the CiviCRM homepage, and you're going to see four different main sections here. And the first one is called All Cases, and this is just going to show you all the cases that are currently either ongoing, resolved, urgent. They're just going to give you kind of a quick overview of the latest cases in the system. Once again, you need to see the scroll bar here, and to be able to see everything about the cases, you're going to need to scroll there to actually get to the cases. And there's the manage link to actually go to the case. If you wanted to go to the case, you can click that, and that will take you directly to the case. But we're going to go back to the home page. So underneath that is My Cases, and these are going to be cases, the last few cases that you have been entered into the system that you are directly involved in some way, shape, or form. Once again, as you'll see, the scroll bar will take you over to the side. You'll see that the next scheduled thing is a follow-up on May 22nd, 2012. And if you wanted to manage that, once again, click Manage. That's Delete. If you wanted to delete the case, use that sparingly. Over here, you can click Assign this to another client. What that means is if for some reason this case perhaps now was moving from a husband to a wife, perhaps the focus on that was, but you wanted to carry all the information that was on this case over to that other case, you could just click Assign to another client. And when you click that, it will take you to this page, and you just simply type in the other individual you would like to assign this to, and it will give you a list. For instance, I could assign that to James Smith if I wanted to. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to click Cancel and go back to the CiviCRM homepage. Over here, the next thing we have is called the Case Dashboard Dashlet, and under this we have a summary of case involvement. This is a screen that's going to list all the different type of cases available and how many we have listed that are ongoing, resolved, or urgent. As you see, we have two ongoing cases, and that's the only thing I can click on. All these other zeros I can't click on because there's nothing there. But I can click here, and you notice it says two ongoing cases. We actually only have one in the system. During the creation of these training videos, I had to create one and then delete it. Before I did that, though, I forgot to mark it as resolved. And so this is a running tally of all the cases in the system that you're involved in. It does not matter if they're deleted or if they're still actually in the system, it still keeps it as a running tally. So you can see when I click here to ongoing, you'll see that I only have one case. So when you do delete cases from the system, you want to make sure that you change their status to resolved. So once again, you see just this is the same screen that we get when we search for cases, and if we wanted to manage that case, we would just click right here, and we'd go right to the case screen. I'm going to go back to the CiviCRM homepage and go down to the last section here, which is the activity section. And this is going to show the last 25. As you can see, you can choose how many you want. It's defaulted to 25. This is going to choose the last 25 activities that have occurred on the cases you're involved in. As you look over here, you can see that it was a meeting, phone call, that there's a phone call. It's a check-up on John. This is scheduled. It has not been done yet. Here's a meeting. It's a test meeting. Once again, scheduled, has not taken place yet. You can see that right here. If you click View, you'll get a little quick screen. That'll take you to an overview of that. And from there, you can edit, delete, file on case, or click Done, because you're done. Now we're going to go over here to the Cases dashboard, which is kind of more of a useful dashboard for your active cases, because what you're going to see here is just, once again, a quick summary of all cases before that you're involved with. But down here, you're going to get a nice, long, wide format screen that's going to tell you you have these cases with upcoming activities and all these cases with recently performed activities. So you're going to see what you've recently done on cases and what you have to do on cases. Very useful screen, and these are just going to be the cases that you are involved with right here. Once again, you can click Manage, Delete. There's a follow-up. You can click on follow-up, and it'll show you the activity real quick that you've got to follow up on. And if you're following up, of course, you click Manage, and our next activity is right here, and we could go to edit and go directly into that activity, and then type whatever we wanted, change that to completed. I'm not going to type anything, I'm just going to change it to completed. And then now you'll see that has been completed. Back to the main cases dashboard. All you have to do is click under cases and go to dashboard, and you're back to this nice area. And now you'll notice there are no open cases with activities scheduled in the next 2 weeks. We've already taken care of that, and that has now been removed from our all cases with upcoming activities. You will see all recent with performed activities. This is still listed here. Okay. So this hasn't gone away, but this has gone away up here, and this will at the next cron job, which takes roughly around 30 minutes or so, 15 to 30 minutes for the server to complete. Lots of things get updated in that time, and you'll see that this will begin to show up down here. But it will show up a little differently, and the only thing that's really going to change is the fact that this thing says take history there. That will simply mention about the phone call. Cron jobs are set to run on the server every 20 minutes, but sometimes because of the way the web server runs, if there's things going on that are too involved, it may take a few minutes more for that particular cron job to run. This is a common thing in Unix systems, and what it does is it updates certain portions of the system. So if you do not see something in this system, some listings, immediately, whenever you publish anything to a case, it's automatically recorded to the case. But sometimes in things like dashlets and stuff, you may not see something immediately reflected in that dashlet, and that's okay. That just means that it's something that it's just going to take a little time for what's known as a cron job to run, and once it runs, it will update those areas that haven't been updated. So that concludes the initial training here for the CiviCase CRM system. The next set of videos that will be coming out will get into some of these features a little more, but primarily are going to be pointed towards the features like contributions, events, mailings, and membership, to explain these other features that you won't be using immediately in the CiviCRM system, but you may find useful in the future.